Good evening and welcome to the Planning Board meeting of Tuesday, October 18th. These meetings are recorded. I'll take a motion from Joe, seconded by John on the minutes. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous? We have no.
Seconded, I'm sorry.
Joe, John did.
I did.
Sorry.
First.
Joe,
Thank you.
and then John,
Thank you.
sorry. We have an amended site plan for 47 Sumner Street. The applicant requests amended site plan approval to allow for the installation of a roof-mounted large-scale solar energy system on the subject property. Specifically, the proposal is to install solar panels on the roof of the Planet Aid building. Ancillary electrical components and transformers not to be located inside the building are to be located outside to the rear easterly side of the building. There will be no conflict with the existing access, parking, or circulation on the site. Therefore, Larry is representing favorable. I know Mike had sent a couple comments, but he sent me an email telling me that his comments had been addressed. From the Highway Department, they have no comments other than the idea of a trench permit for any trenches over 3 feet deep, which I don't think is applicable in this case, but just reading the letter. The Fire Department has no comments. The Sewer Commissioners voted favorably.
That was good.
That was nice of them. The Milford Water Company also has no issues. The Commission on Disability is requested that the applicant provide assurances that accessible parking spaces, access aisles, and the accessible routes to building entrances will be kept clear and safely maintained during construction, which I don't think that that's gonna be an issue, considering that the preponderance of your work is on a roof, and that it's only towards the end that when you bring down and hook it into the meter that you're actually on the ground. With that said, for the record, please identify yourself, and you feel free to discuss whatever you think is relevant, knowing that you have 30 seconds. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
A minute, maybe.
All right. Good evening. My name is Mary Kate Schneeweiss. I'm an environmental specialist with Beals and Thomas. I'm here tonight with David Ellis from Mass American Energy to discuss this amended site plan for a rooftop solar facility. The existing site has a one-story brick warehouse operated by Planet Aid, which is a nonprofit that collects and recycles textiles to support development in Latin America, Asia, and Africa. The solar array will be located on the roof. It will be 539 kilowatts DC. The majority of the equipment will be located on the roof. The equipment that is located on the ground will be behind the building. It will be on Planet Aid, the owner's property, no closer to the property line than the closest portion of the existing building. More specifically, we propose to replace a existing transformer on a utility pole here with I believe it's 3 CAN transformers that will be replaced with a pad-mounted transformer on the ground on a 5x5 concrete pad. The equipment is proposed to be screened, so it's not visible from the rail trail, with, I believe, 5 or 6 foot shrubs. Let me just check that. Six-foot-high shrubs. As the town engineer requested, the applicant will replace or install hoods on the catch basins in the northern part of the property, although we don't anticipate any changes in drainage resulting from the project. Otherwise, we believe that there will be no adverse impacts from the project, and respectfully request that the board administratively approve.
When's the project gonna start?
If we get approval tonight, we'll apply for building permits tomorrow.
It shouldn't take long to finish either, right? Shouldn't they?
We hope to start in 2 weeks and finish by, late December, before Christmas, holiday break.
Good thing.
Hopefully before it snows.
It's a lot of shoveling on that roof if we don't.
Yeah,
That's a big roof.
already
Yeah,
fell in
yeah,
once.
it's a big roof.
That is.
Any other questions from the board?
Nope.
I just have one, if I may. The new transformer pad that you're putting down, I'm assuming you're gonna put bollards around it as well?
I leave mine
We
in
are,
the
and it's actually behind a fence. There's no vehicle traffic in,
It's hard to really depict, other than the fact
This is a building wall right here. That's part of the building that juts out. If you've ever been down the rail trail, they created a,
I have, but I haven't routinely looked towards
they've got a
towards
fitness
that side
center
of the building.
back here. And the entrance to the fitness center, and it's kind of nice that it goes out to the rail trail from the fitness center. So we're on this side of the fitness center, so
So
we're,
it's not a fire aisle or
Where I
a
go.
fire?
No.
Again, I couldn't really tell. so
Yeah.
yeah, we can
alright.
drop in some bollards. And we can mark
If there's,
that.
if there's really no,
I don't see a
if there's
reason
no
for it.
traffic going through there at all, and there's not a way to go through there, then I don't think you necessarily need them. If you told me that, you know, it's a fire aisle, or that it routinely gets plowed, or so on and so forth, I would suggest that you put them in. But if you're telling me that it's not used at all, and it's not maintained to a level to allow either foot or, you know, vehicle traffic, then I don't find the need.
Yeah, I don't see the need either, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna keep
Depends
it
on how
open.
fast you're riding your bike when you go off the trail and head toward.
No, it's only for the protection of our, obviously for the transformer, for
You know,
vehicles really is all.
one of the things I like is, we're gonna dress this up, this whole backside of the building, when we do this, with shrubs and a fence. It's kind of rough looking right now. And the rail trail's a nice asset to the town. We're gonna add value to that in the project.
Well, you gotta offset some of the costs.
What's that?
You gotta offset some of the costs.
Of the trail? Yeah.
Trail.
Not
You said you could add value, I just thought it was an honest
Add
question.
add aesthetic value.
Oh,
Aesthetic.
Right.
I didn't hear aesthetic. I didn't hear the word aesthetic,
And that's
but,
priceless.
That one.
but thank you.
All right.
Pleasure of the board.
I
Make a
move-
motion that, site plan
Amend the site plan?
amendment, yeah.
Amend the site plan.
Motion by Babe, seconded by Lena to amend the site plan. Any further discussion? Hearing not. All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you and good luck. Joe?
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes,
Is that the correct address you want this sent to?
That was on the check.
No,
Because
no,
you
this is
didn't-
the first one. I'm just
Oh,
gonna make sure it's
amendment is
right,
a
'cause
waiver.
Oh.
They come back. I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Note my abstention on this one.
I'll have you sign the prints.
Should
You
we wait
wanna-
for that?
Yeah, yeah, we'll be done, what, 5 minutes?
You can hand them to me if you'd like,
Oh,
since I'm recused myself. I guess.
Want to wait? All set? The applicant requests waiver of site plan approval to allow for the installation of outside shredding machine on the subject premises.
same difference.
Premises, by the way, is Robert Wolf, 12 Commercial Way, map 46, lot 23A. Specifically, the proposal is to locate the shredding machine to the west of the building within the fenced gated loading area. The proposed outside location will not interfere with the parking and circulation. No additions to the building or other changes to the site are being proposed, and all applicable zoning requirements appear to be met. Larry's recommendation is favorable, is to approve the site plan waiver.
Elizabeth Minini from Gary Art and Hellman.
Wait a minute, Liz, let me read the other letters in.
Sorry.
Just paraphrase.
The letter from the town engineer is following a review of the document site inspection, recommends approval of the waiver of site plan. Fire department has reviewed the plan and requests no changes. The highway department finds the plan satisfactory. Water company has no conflicts or issues posed. The Council on Disability has no comments.
Unbelievable.
And now you can go ahead, Liz.
Elizabeth Minini from Gary Art and Hellman. This is a property on 12 Commercial Way. And as Joe mentioned, we're just adding, or they're adding a shredding machine outside of the building. So there's not really much impact to, you still have flow around the building, and we're not changing any of the parking, we're not changing use. Pretty straightforward.
How big is this shredding machine? I've never seen one outside of it.
They're generally about the same size as, I'd say, a dumpster, I don't know.
Yeah, all right, because I picture a shredding machine as something you put in a wastebasket at home.
No, like
This is commercial.
At Waters they have, I mean, it's the size of a large dumpster, but, you know, probably half this, I don't know
I
cubic.
can imagine how big
all
it
those
is,
things,
yeah.
but-
What was dimensioned on the,
That's a smart move. Can I bring my shirt down?
It's not on this one.
You gotta
Pat, what are they doing there?
They shred, it's taken over by Iron Mountain, and what they do is they do portable, office shredding. So in other words, they come with their trucks, they securely collect all your documents, they bring it back to this facility, and they shred on site.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm assuming, and they have a shredder obviously inside, which is quite sizable. It pretty much almost takes up a quarter, if you divide that by quarters, that's about the size of the one that's inside. I'm assuming that this one is probably, since their merger, it used to be Recall, since their merger with Iron Planet, I'm assuming that this facility is probably taking on more products that needs to be shred, safely and securely.
They're
because
hauling them there.
That site, if I just may, that site is totally fenced in, and specifically where they're referring to adding
Yeah, there's,
the new shredder, for all the years that they've been there, they've never accessed the building. They come, there's a gate to the right that's coded, and the trucks come in, and then the gate closes right behind them, so it's a very secure
Very
site.
secure. Good.
And like I said, I gotta be honest with you, I've never, in all the years they've been there, I've never ever seen them come out that side at all. But obviously, there is a gate there, they could, and with that, they could still get by it, it just, I've never seen them use it.
I move for approval of the site plan waiver.
Motion made to grant the waiver of site plan by John, seconded by Lena. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
All right,
Opposed? 4 in favor, 1 abstention.
Any other business before the board? Seeing none, I'll take a motion from Babe, seconded by John to adjourn. Thank you,
night. Yep.
and good night.
good
No
night.
problem.